Hey folks, it's Dave back here in Studio B with a new segment on the channel, something that I teased a little while ago, and here it is, episode 1, and it's called Why I Play, where I'm just going to talk about why I play a certain game. And as you know, we all have games we play. We play this game for this reason and this game for this reason. And so I thought it'd be fun to sit and talk about why I play a certain game. And this is something I encourage you guys to do too. If you have a channel on YouTube or a blog or Facebook or Delphi, I encourage you guys to do something like this. Why do you play this game? Everyone has their favorite games or there's reasons why. Why do you play them? Because I want to know. I want to know why you play a game because maybe I'd want to play that game too. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. So I'm going to talk about why I play certain games. Before we get going, though, I do want to thank my Patreons here that support not only this channel, but Digital to Dice. Thank you so much, guys. Our newest sponsor, MP Fox, thank you so much. And the Discord has been great. We've been talking to everybody in Discord, and we've had a fantastic time in the Discord channel talking to our club members. So thank you so much for supporting the channel as well as Digital to Dice. Anyway, back to why I play. In episode 1, I'm going to talk about shootout hockey. Shootout hockey was one of the first games I played in the cards and dice genre, so to speak. And, of course, it's hockey. So, of course, I'm going to like it. I thought I was going to like it. And it was Ron who turned me on to this game and said, Dave, I think you're going to like this one because I was playing video games, and I was coming out of the video game phase, coming into the tabletop gaming stuff. He's like, get the shootout hockey game. So I got the shootout game, and I got a season or two, and I went down to Staples, and they printed out everything for me, and I'm down there cutting out the teams, and they actually printed the fast action cards for me too, and they cut them for me. I was shocked, and it wasn't that expensive. I was like, ooh, thank you so much, And so I come home from Staples with my shootout game, and I'm playing it, and it's like, wow. This is really fun. So it was one of the first games I played, and it was I still have so many fond memories of some of the first games I played, and then buying new seasons, going back to Staples and printing them out, and I was cutting the teams out at Staples, and I remember, I was messaging Ron. I was like, what did you get me started on? I'm going down this rabbit hole here of, buying a season, going to Staples, and that kind of got me, going down the path of cards and dice gaming was shootout hockey. And so the first thing is it's hockey, and it was one of the first games I played. Next, it has a lot of my favorite seasons. It does some late 60s, 70s, and 80s, which are the ones I really, really like to play. It does have some modern seasons too, but it does have some of my favorite seasons, some of the classic seasons, so you will, or if you will. So I can play Bobby O, I can play Tony Esposito, I can play Ken Dryden, I can play Brad Park, and the guys that I grew up watching and enjoying as a kid. So those seasons are there for me, and that's a big deal. In fact, it even does have the first WHA season, which I've been really getting into WHA lately. So I'm learning more about that, about the league and the players and a whole bit. So I'm having some fun playing with that league from time to time. So it does have a WHA season, so I'm pretty happy about the selections of seasons. They're all really in my wheelhouse. I like the team card aspect of the game, and let me show you what that looks like here. So these are the team cards. As you can see, they're full color if you print them in color, and they're laid out really nice. And you don't have to worry about line changes or anything like that or individual cards. Everybody is on the card. The lines are all done for you. It's all baked into the game, okay? So I like how they look. The setup, it's nice and clean. I can find everything. The color really does add to it. And so I really like the idea of having a team card instead of individual player cards for this particular game. So I really do like that. It's easy to play. Really, even someone like me who was brand new to cards and dice was able to pick this game up and start playing fairly quickly. And that's a testament to the game because it's really not that difficult to the game. I tended to overthink a lot of things in the beginning, but then, as I scaled it back down, I was like, no, this is really a fun and easy game to play. And I played so many games of shootout, it's not even funny. It's a faster playing game. It's not a quick play game. It's not a final score game, but neither is it going to take you an hour and a half. I'm thinking 15, 20 minutes, maybe half hour tops to play a full game of this, depending on what happens. If there's a lot of penalties that you got to record, then yeah, it might take a little bit longer. But I'm thinking it's a 15, 20-minute game. So it's in that short to medium range. Again, it's not quick play. It's not one of these games that's going to take you an hour to an hour and a half or 2 hours. It's definitely in a 15, 20-minute range. So it's a faster play game. Not that this is a race, and not that you want all quick games. But if you had a project in mind, that had many, many games, having something like this, which is not, like I said, not an instant game, but neither is a super long game. This works for many different projects there. It really does, because you can get your stats and play a lot of games. I mean, you could play a whole playoff series in a night pretty much with something like this. So it's a faster play game, 15, 20 minutes, and I do like that. And it has a hockey game flow and feel to it. Oh my gosh. I don't know how it does it, but you're rolling to see what happens every few minutes, and you get all tense, when you're up by a goal late in the game and 8 minutes on the clock and you're rolling the dice or you're flipping the fast action cards and you're like, I just want nothing to happen for the next 4 minutes, and I want that clock to tick down so I can get the win. There's been some nail biters when I play this game. It just feels like a hockey game. I've seen teams collapse. I've seen goalies make ridiculous saves in this game. So it just captures the feel of a hockey. When you're done playing this game, you feel like that you've been through a full game. It does a nice job of that. You do get full game stats, and I say full game stats, meaning you get your goals, you get your assists, you get your shots on net, and you get all your penalties, which is pretty much your full game stats. You don't get face-offs or block shots, stuff I don't really keep track of anyway, or I don't think you really get time on ice or anything like that. But you get your generic, basic hockey stats with this game. You don't just get the goal score. So you do get some full stats out of this, and I do like that as well. You can play this with dice or fast action cards. Now, I played in the beginning mostly with dice, and then when I got the fast action card printed, I started to flip them. And I went back and forth for a while. I had a hybrid method where I would flip the fast action card for time and roll the dice to see if it was a score. And I played that way for the longest time. And then finally, I think I mostly went to just fast action card for the most part there. But occasionally, I still like to roll the dice for it. You can get some really nice fast action cards through drive-through cards, and I think they're $20 or $22 or something like that for the 100 fast action cards. But they're gorgeous. They're poker sized. They're glossy. They're coated. They got the corners rounded. They just make everything better. These fast action cards. In fact, I want to order another set so I can mix the two and so I don't have to shuffle as much. But so the option to get a really nice set of fast action cards at drive-through is really kind of a key with this. There's also a PC helper like I showed you earlier. So this is actually a PC helper you can get for free. You do have to put the teams in yourself, so you got to scan the cards and put them in. I just brought them into Photoshop and cropped them and saved them. The helper does come with instructions on what size everything needs to be, and you just need to put in the team card, type in the roster, and you're done. And you just do it once, and it's there forever. And I don't know if I got 5 or 6 or 7 different seasons already loaded up in mine, and eventually I'll get them all in there. And then you play the game in the helper. You do have to have the game because you need to know the scoring ranges for each team. But for the most part, this game flips the fast action cards for you, so you can see who's in range. It keeps the stats of the game and the score and the whole bit, and it'll generate a box score at the end. It will not do standings or leaders or anything like that, so nothing is cumulative, but it will allow you to play a game in the helper and generate box score for that game. And you can even save the box score or print it out if you want to. And I enjoy doing this when I stream. This is a really key tool for me when I stream a game is to use the PC helper for that there. Let's talk about price. The game, if I go to shootouthockey.com right now and I scroll down at the latest price list, the instructions in the charts, the dice charts, are $3. If you want the fast action cards, they're $2.50. So you're talking $5.50. For a season, they're anywhere between $5 and $11. So, I mean, you're spending $20, you can get the game in a couple of seasons, and you're off and running. Now, it's all PDF, by the way, and I think I did mention that. So this thing is all PDF, so you do got to print it yourself. But for that price, forget it. Just go to drive-through cards and get yourself a fast action cards, and it's a very inexpensive game, and it's a super, super fun game. And lastly, they do offer an easy mode. They offered that, I think it was last spring, that John come out with an easy mode, and what it basically is you can roll using the current cards that you have. You still need the game, and you still need the teams, but you get the team rating, and you just play the game, and it takes. I think I timed myself at 1:05. From the time I took the teams, rolled to see if they were hot or cold, got their ratings, and then rolled for each of the 3 periods. It was a 1:05 I could play a game. And so that's a quick play game that generates results. It does even have a rare chart, which comes into play if you roll that dice there. But I've played a couple projects with the easy mode, and it's really fun because you get to use the same shootout cards. And if the teams have a hot and cold rating, or if a goalie has a hot and cold rating, that no 2 games are the same because you can have different I'd say different levels for home and away. So I do like that. So it's got an easy mode as well. So those are all the reasons why I play shootout hockey. And so hope you enjoyed this here. I welcome all your comments. And until next time, and I got to figure out what game I'm going to talk about next. Thanks for watching Why I Play. I'm Dave.